True silence lies in the depths of your soul. In silence, wisdom speaks the loudest. Find peace by opening yourself to silence. The journey to yourself begins with a moment of stillness. Silence is the key to inner enlightenment. In silence, you find answers that words cannot provide. The wisdom of Buddha flourishes in the art of serenity. Dive into silence and let your mind find rest. Strength of the mind grows in stillness. Silence is the space where the mind becomes clear. Only in silence can you hear the whisper of your soul. Silence reveals truths that words conceal. Buddha's wisdom blossoms when the noise of daily life quiets. In silence, you become one with the universe. Learn to embrace the beauty of silence. The path to enlightenment leads through the gates of silence. Silence is the source of inner strength. In stillness lies the power of transformation. The heart becomes quiet when it recognizes the truth. Behind silence lies the secret of life. Let silence be your teacher. Only in silence can you find true happiness. The art of living is the art of silence. In silence, you hear the voice of the universe. The wisdom of Buddha thrives in a quiet mind. Peace begins with a silent moment. Discover yourself by seeking silence. Every breath in silence is a step toward enlightenment. In silence, you find the harmony of life. Silence is the home of true wisdom. Buddha's words resonate most clearly in a still mind. Silence is the beginning of every great realization. When you become silent, the world stops screaming. In silence, every moment becomes a gift. Peace is the sound of silence. Buddha's wisdom shines in the silence of your heart. The beauty of life unfolds in stillness. In silence lies the true power of meditation. Silence is the mirror of the soul. Only in stillness can you recognize the path. Silence is the language of the heart. In silence begins the journey to true fulfillment. Enlightenment happens when the mind becomes still. In silence, everything is interconnected. The voice of Buddha speaks through the quiet within you. Let silence touch your heart. The deepest wisdom lies in the art of silence. Silence is the breath of the universe. The world becomes clear when the mind is silent. In stillness, you find the meaning of life. Silence is the soil for inner growth. The soul blooms in silence. In silence, the power of love grows. Only those who are still can recognize the truth. In silence, you become free from fear. Buddha's wisdom teaches us to dwell in peace. Silence is the gateway to the inner world. In silence, you feel the infinity of existence. Quietness is the master that heals the soul. In silence, you become one with the moment. The deepest realization grows out of stillness. Buddha's wisdom unfolds in silence. Silence is the bridge between body and mind. In stillness lies the wisdom of nature. Silence is the beginning of true clarity. In silence, you hear the language of love. Peace arises when the mind is quiet. The wisdom of life lies in the art of being still. Silence is the path to inner freedom. In stillness, you find the harmony of the universe. Silence leads you to your true self. In silence, the power of healing flows. Silence is the highest form of understanding. In stillness, every breath becomes a meditation. Buddha's wisdom reveals itself in a still heart. Silence is the place where the soul renews itself. In stillness, you find your true being. Calmness is the essence of enlightenment. Only in silence does the world come alive. The wisdom of silence is boundless. In silence, you find life's answers. Quietness is the key to inner balance. In stillness, the universe whispers its secrets. Buddha's teachings are clearest in silence. Silence is the gift that reveals the truth. In quietness, you find the harmony of the spirit. The soul dances in tune with silence. Silence is the beginning of every miracle. In stillness, the mind is illuminated. Only those who are silent can experience the depth of life. Buddha's wisdom guides us to the silence of the heart. In silence lies the magic of the moment. The silence reveals the light of true being. Calmness is the music of the universe. In silence lies the origin of creation. Silence is the source of all knowledge. The true power of life unfolds in calmness. In silence, you discover the essence of your existence. The wisdom of silence leads to deep peace. In stillness, you realize the infinity of the moment. Silence is the ground where consciousness grows. In stillness, your mind discovers new worlds. Silence is the place where your thoughts find rest. In silence, you learn to understand the language of the heart. Calmness grants you the courage to discover yourself. The wisdom of silence unveils the invisible. In stillness, every challenge becomes clearer. Silence is the art of finding peace amidst chaos. In silence, freedom lies beyond expectations. Calmness is the path to a fulfilled mind. Silence reveals the depth of your dreams. In stillness, you hear the symphony of life. Silence teaches us to cherish small wonders. In silence, the horizon of your mind becomes boundless. Calmness is the beginning of a fresh start. The wisdom of silence is reflected in the beauty of simplicity. In stillness lies the infinite source of inspiration. Silence is the space where you discover the truth. In silence, you find the answer to the question of who you are. Calmness is where thoughts turn into possibilities. Silence lets you feel the power of the present moment. In stillness lies the energy to reshape your life. Silence is the teacher who speaks without words. In silence, you discover the harmony of opposites. Calmness is the invitation to explore the wonders of the world. The wisdom of silence makes the unseen visible. In stillness, you find the courage to walk your own path. Calmness is the harbor where your soul anchors. Silence is the art of hearing the voice of your soul. In stillness, the vision for your life is born. The wisdom of silence adds depth to your life. In stillness, you learn to see with the eyes of your heart. Silence is the key to a conscious life. In silence, you connect with everything that exists. Calmness is the guide to a life full of peace. Silence unveils the secret of inner strength. In stillness, you recognize the beauty of the moment. Silence is the bridge to a world full of possibilities. In silence, you become one with eternity. Calmness is the gift you can give to yourself. The wisdom of silence whispers your truth to you. In stillness, you find the strength to heal yourself. Silence is the way that leads to inner freedom. In silence, every breath becomes a meditation. Calmness is the answer to questions that words cannot solve. Silence brings light to the darkness of your mind. In stillness, you find the fullness of life. Silence is the space where your mind can thrive. In silence, you perceive the vastness of the universe. Calmness is the sound of harmony. The wisdom of silence teaches that less is more. In stillness, you find the source of creativity. Silence is the moment when life whispers to you. In silence, the mind becomes a clear mirror. Calmness is the way that leads to true strength. Silence lets you feel the depth of your soul. In stillness, you learn to see the world in its entirety. Silence is the friend who never leaves you. In silence, courage grows to follow your dreams. Calmness is the doorway to a limitless world. The wisdom of silence unfolds within you. In stillness, you find the peace you seek. Silence is the beginning of all that is valuable. In silence, you discover true freedom. Calmness is the strength that brings order to chaos. Silence leads you to the essence of your being. In stillness, you learn to see beauty in the ordinary. Silence is the key to seeing the world with fresh eyes. In silence, the connection to your inner truth grows. Calmness is the space where miracles can happen. The wisdom of silence guides you to your inner light. In stillness, you uncover the depth of your potential. Silence is the path that leads to truth. Now I have a question for you. How is it better without or with background music? Please write your opinion in the comments. It will help us to optimize our videos for you and further develop the channel. Thank you very much.